TV presenter and National STEM Careers Coordinator Kate Bellingham sent out a brief to Key Stage 4 and 5 textile students around the country to design her a dress made from e-textiles, which she could wear to an awards ceremony later in the year. Kate and a panel of experts managed to whittle down all the entries to a short list of 2, before eventually agreeing on the winning design.
And the news is we have got a winner. We've done the judging and we've selected one of the designs to go forward to be made. And I felt quite privileged to have people designing things for me, because this young person, I felt, understood how to make me look good on a stage as well. So I'm really looking forward to the dress being made.
Today, the winner, Abigail, a textile student from South Wales, and her teacher Rachel Halstead have travelled to London's fashionable East End to meet with Kate and the dress designers to see how her design will be brought to life.
Hello, you must be Abigail. Pleased to meet you, my designer.
Abigail is also studying geology, and knowing about Kate's interest in science, she's incorporated a crystalline structure into the strap of the dress, which can be lit up by LEDs.
So we've got a starting point. We've got a design that we all liked, the judges absolutely loved, but I'm not familiar with the process. How do we turn that design into a textiles dress?
So we selected some silks. This one is one of our favorites because it has this amazing shimmering quality. It really looks like the water.
That is beautiful, yeah.
Something like in a lagoon.
The dress will have specially designed ultra-thin fibre optic cables running through it, creating strips of light running down the dress.
Oh, that's beautiful, yeah.
And so you can imagine if we have multiple strands of these just being either heat bonded or embroidered on the surface of the crepe silk, and then with this chiffon on top, then you see that you can really like hide them if they're spread out nicely. Yeah. You just see the shimmery thing when they are not turned on.
Yes.
And then you see the light coming out of them.
Because it is important that when they're not turned on, it doesn't look like something just not turned on. It has to look elegant in itself, and I think that's what these are going to do. Something else that I'm slightly concerned about. I don't want to steal the show completely. It is an award ceremony for other people who are winning awards. I was wondering whether there's some way of having different states, so it can be in its full glory, but also it can be a bit more subtle at times.
One thing that we could do is integrate some sort of a wireless controller, maybe like a miniature bracelet or something that you could control the lights from your bracelet, and so people wouldn't really notice if you made a small adjustment to your bracelet that would change the intensity of the lighting.
That sounds a brilliant idea.
Francesca and Ryan are pioneers in the field of fashion and e-textiles. Ryan gives the group a tour of the workshop and shows them an early prototype of the dress's circuitry.
Now that is very bright. Do we really need something as bright as that in the frock?
Well, we definitely want to make sure that people in the audience can see it.
Okay.
But in fact, this is using a very small amount of electricity, even though it's so bright, that we can easily power something that bright with a battery of this size. So I think what we'll do is we'll test a few different kinds of LEDs and see which one looks the best. So I'll start off by prototyping everything on a board like this. This is the microprocessor that we'll use, and that one will basically be the boss. It will be in charge of switching on and off all the different LEDs. And once I've got the circuit on here, all working perfectly and functioning the way I want it to, I then translate that into a diagram so that we can get an actual circuit board manufactured like this.
But to get from the prototype to the finished circuit board, there are a number of steps.
The first thing to do is, once we have a working version of the electronics on a board like this, we would begin by making a diagram, a very schematic, abstract diagram of what that circuit looks like electrically, but not necessarily visually. That schematic then translates into a board design that has all of the different connections that need to be there. When that board design is finished, you then send the board to a manufacturing center, a factory, and they will produce the circuit exactly to your specifications. And then hopefully when you get it back, it works exactly like the original.
This really is bringing together lots of different aspects of design and technology, isn't it? Because you've got the electronics that you do in control systems, you've got the textiles, and the broader design elements as well. So yeah, it's great. I look forward to seeing the finished product.
Yeah.
So Abigail, is this how you thought it would work, getting the design made into a dress?
No, it's completely different because I haven't used fibre optics or seen fibre optics really, so I thought it'd just be little LEDs and big battery packs with AA batteries in or something, because that's what I used before, so I didn't think it was that complicated and sophisticated.
The final design will now be sent off so the dress can be made, while the final circuit is manufactured elsewhere. All the finished parts of the dress will come back to Cute Circuit HQ to be put together. With the big day looming, there isn't time for things to go wrong. Once the dress and the components are put together, there's only a small window for testing and alterations before Kate takes to the stage. But it doesn't end there, and Kate hopes this project will have a lasting legacy.
Personally, what I'd like to see out of this is that for people who are interested in fashion and textiles, there's a chance to see that whole world of opportunity that involves technology and engineering. And on the other side, people who are interested in circuitry and sensors find out that there's textiles and the whole fashion side of it that you can get involved with. And that is an area that Britain is very good at. I'd like to see more of the two coming together.
There are 2 other clips in the series giving the rest of the story, and full resources to do the project in your school are available with the clips at www.teachers.tv.